Hello, good morning, everyone. Well, I want to ask you one very important question. कौन सा रास्ता लेकर आए यार आप लोग? क्योंकि मैं तो बहुत बुरा फंस गई थी. But thank you to the World Marketing Congress and to all of you for being present here this morning. My name is Khyati Kawa Udyawar and I'm your host for the day, and I'm delighted to meet you all this morning, such bright faces. And we have so much in store for all of us at the 9th edition of Content Marketing Summit and Awards 2025. How is everyone doing? Awesome? Okay, 2 words. Awesome, great, fantastic, fabulous, energetic. What else? Anybody sleepy? No, right? All right, perfect. Then let's go ahead, move towards our first panel discussion of the day. Can we have the setup being done on stage, please, for the panel? Let me introduce you to our panel topic. We are going to talk about from content creator to marketing leader, building your brand and your edge. How many of you watch content online? Raise your hand. All of us, right? Oh, there are few who don't, or maybe are shy to put their hand up. But we all are consumers of content. Some of us even create it. But what happens when it goes from content creator to becoming marketing leaders? What goes in store for that? We will have this discussion, and still waiting for the setup to come on stage. All right, we have industry stalwarts coming up on stage, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Our session moderator is Mr. Alok Paul, partner and vice president at Puzzle Media, a concept PR group company. Let's give him a big round of applause. Very warm welcome to you. Your chair is here, so you can come up. Very warm welcome. Joining him on the panel, we have with us Shweta Nahar, founder and director at DigiNeeti. Everyone put your hands together for her. Very warm welcome to you. On the panel, we are also joined by Payal Davda, founder, producer, and CEO at Film Philosophy LLP. A very warm welcome to you. On the panel, we are joined by Dhairya Gangwani, founder and creator at Ananta Educators. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone. We're also joined by Pooja Sawant, founder, PSPR Media Solutions. Put your hands together and welcome her. A very warm welcome to you. On the panel, we also have with us Anita Parikh, lead generation specialist at Bougainvillea Media. A very warm welcome to you. You're wearing Bougainvillea color as well. That's wonderful. On the panel, we are also joined by Shubhangi Bhatia, lead growth and insights at BOD Consulting. A very warm welcome. And we also have Sukanya Barua, brand partnerships head, Say It Social. Do we have Nisha Sampson here? I think she may join us a little later. But everyone, let's put a collective round of applause for this amazing panel that we have here. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please do take your seats, and I'd leave the stage over to you.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you so much for having us all here. Feel very grateful to getting a chance to host this panel with, as I like to call, these superwomen who have been all titans and stalwarts in their industry. Before we begin, I would like to take a little more of your time and tell you a little bit more about our panelists and who they are, where they come from, and some of their slight achievements. So we have Shweta Nahar, like we know. She's the founder and director of DigiNeeti. Shweta is a G20 speaker, a government-accredited digital marketing faculty, and as the founder of DigiNeeti, she blends creator thinking and strategic execution, transforming MSMEs, enterprises like L&D Finance, Glint Cosmetics, and Holistic Essentials. Please give it up for Shweta once again. Payal Davda is a founder and producer and CEO of Film Philosophy LLP. She brings 25 years of experience across brands like Google, Samsung, and D-Decor. She believes film is where brand philosophy comes alive, and today channels her craft into meaningful long-form storytelling through her company, Film Philosophy LLP. Please give her a huge round of applause for her. Great to have somebody from the long-form content with us too. Dhairya Gangwani, she is the founder and creator at Ananta Educators. Dhairya is an ex-management consultant turned full-time educational creator, entrepreneur and podcaster with a community of 160K plus and has delivered 700 plus talks worldwide on learning, careers and growth. Glad to have you, Dhairya. Pooja Sawant, the founder of PSPR Media Solutions, she has worked across top agencies like Ogilvy, Leo Burnett, McCann, JWT, delivering award-winning campaigns. With roots in entrepreneurship and PR, she has shaped work for Asian Paints, Complan, Tata Capital, and many more brands. Now she's exploring AI for future-ready brand building. Glad to have you, Pooja. We also have Anita. She is the lead generation specialist at Bougainvillea Media. She is a true hustler, as she calls herself. Over the years, she has driven business development, revenue growth, lead generation across multiple brands, and always experimenting and reinventing herself. We have Shubhangi Bhatia with us. She is a lead growth and insights at BOD Consulting. Shubhangi is a MICA alum. She works at the intersection of culture and strategy. She has shaped brand stories, marketing for clients like Z, Godrej, Britannia, HCL, and more. She also teaches cultural insights at leading universities including Delhi University and KR Mangalam. Glad to have you, Shubhangi. And we also have Sukanya Baruha. She's brand partnerships head at Sage Social. Sukanya leads brand partnerships at Sage Social and helps brands connect culture, creators, and commerce. Her experience spans strategy, partnerships, and digital storytelling grounded in deep understanding of audiences. Glad to have you, Sukanya. And lastly, there's me. My name is Alok Kaul. I have been a part of this lovely industry in the last 12 years now. I have been a patron of creator marketing and influencer marketing right from when it was called vloggers and we were video bloggers to creating India's first AI virtual influencer, Naina, and now leading my own influencer marketing setup called Puzzle Media. So really, really happy to be here with all of you, and let's begin our discussion today. So our topic today, as introduced by our lovely host, is from content creator to marketing leader, is building your brand and your edge. This conversation is really about the shift we are all seeing in the industry, where people who started creating content are now building teams, running brands, leading strategy. The skill that makes content creators stand out, clarity, consistency, speed, and audience understanding, are becoming skills that modern marketing leaders need on a day-to-day basis. Today, we'll explore how to turn creator instinct into real leadership, business value, and how to develop that professional edge. Are you all excited? Can I have a round of applause, please? First panel of the morning, guys. Come on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beginning up with the first question, and I will open to the panel to kind of take it ahead. The first question I have is, do you believe the next generation of marketing leaders will come from more of a creator background than traditional agency or MBA backgrounds? Why or why not? And just a little bit of an insight, because today when you ask a 12-year-old, what do you want to be? 6 out of 10 will say a content creator. I want to be an influencer. Now, if that is the ambition, right? Do you think we will have more of them in the next 10, 15 years in leadership roles coming from creator backgrounds? Yes or no? And please tell us what you think and why. Over to you.
Okay. So firstly, very good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for making your way through, I don't know what roads of Bombay and, being present here. I think this is a very relevant question and a great start point for the panel discussion. I think being a creator myself, what I've realized over the span of the past 5 years of doing this, and it's been about 3.5 years of doing it full time. I think when you talk about content creation or content marketing, and you talk about marketing in general, I think the core principles of where, good marketing or a good marketing campaign or a good content piece is made is all dependent at the end of the day, obviously a mix of a lot of parameters, but your creativity, good research, authenticity, and a lot of other factors. Ultimately, if I have to answer it in one line, I feel, will the next generation of marketing leaders come from content creators and not just people who are doing a typical traditional MBA? My answer is yes. If I have to just say it, I don't have a grey answer there, because I feel we're not going to have specific boundaries or that rigidity to be in a certain box to be able to become a marketing leader anymore. And I already see that, right? There's a lot of fluidity today in being able to represent yourself, being able to knock doors, get opportunities. Being a career coach myself, I can also speak from the lens of the job market, what recruiters are looking at. And I've seen that while obviously it's always valued. If you have an MBA in marketing from a good institution, that can never be taken away from you, and it will always hold a good grade and value. However, is that the only way to become a marketing professional today? I don't think so. And going in the future, right? Going forward, if you have a good portfolio, you've worked with great clients, you have good creativity, you have the ability to execute, etc., you'll still be able to make it. But I'll leave it for the other panelists to add on their thoughts to it. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Alok, for the wonderful introduction. So I should boil down this answer to one simple thing. Content leaders of tomorrow would be people who understand people. And they need to have 3 qualities in basic. So first one would be understanding the customer pulse, understanding your audience completely. Second one is understanding the strategies and the frameworks which agencies and MBA people already do know. And the third one is keeping up with the algorithms of the social media, keeping up with the AI tools and stuff, and using them heavily, because you know, when you guys are into the market, I can see a lot of MBA students here. So when you are in the market, AI tools would have evolved multiple times. So you have to really keep yourself upgraded, keep yourself agile, and then that is going to make a good content leader, I believe. Thank you.
Hi, Alok. Thank you for the introduction again. My answer is a little bit different from both of you all. I think it's going to be a hybrid. And whilst I say hybrid, I'm still leaning towards the content creators more than the MBAs. But I don't think it's possible to do without the MBAs, because they bring with them a certain kind of left brain logic, whilst the creators bring with them a right brain creativity, authenticity, which if they start applying their left brains to, they might lose out on. Also, marketing today is not just about direct selling. It's really the stories that are doing the selling. So yes, I do think it would have to be the MBAs who potentially give and show the creators like a business architecture and a way ahead, which will actually help to amplify the voice and get their voice out faster, wider, deeper into where they are actually aiming it at.
Hi guys, great to see you guys all. So basically I feel content is a main thing for today's generation, as it's like the main thing for everyone to know. And I feel anyone and anybody can become a content. All you need is talent, creativity and passion to do it. And I feel that for being an MBA, it's of course important, because that knowledge is also very important to lead to content creating. So I just feel that content creation is a new thing for today's generation. Thank you.
Yeah, I honestly feel it would be a blend of marketers and content creators. As content creators, it's not actually marketers versus content creators, because content creators already know the audience psychology, I feel. They already know the sentiment analysis, what they need to do for the brand. They already know their audience. Where of course, if they should have a mindset of a MBA or a CMO, I think content creators would be unstoppable if they understand the brand and the business more. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I don't know how many of you know this, but Japan recently, or China recently implemented a rule for finfluencers that you need to have formal education in finance in order to become a finance influencer. And I feel like that's an indication of how it's going to be. I mean, we also heard Shweta ma'am, like the moment you say that, you come with formal education in what you're talking about, it can be Ayurveda, it can be finance, it gives you relatability and legitimacy. So I feel, I don't know how it will be, but how it should be is definitely that we should have formal education. It's not any different that I like reading, I like English, I want to become a professor, I'll do an English honors. So you like reading, you like content, you like creation, why not get a formal degree? Need not be an MBA, but can be any formal education. Classroom education does, open up minds, makes you, network more than just at events. And I feel like that's going to be the future.
Thank you guys for giving such a nice description about the topic that we're discussing. I think this discussion, I mean, like whatever you're talking about the degree, right? So I think any degree is not useful if until unless you have a ground experience. So coming back to the topic of discussion, I think the journey of a content creator makes him or her learn each and everything that shapes that personality to be a leader in the market. All right. So this topic is very industry focused. In some of the industries, a content creator might get X number of experience, and then that person understands the tactics of the marketing, and he or she himself can become a marketing leader. In some industry, it might not work out. So it depends upon which industry. So it's like, for example, I'll just give you an example. Like if it's a D2C brand, and there's a content creator which is starting from zero, and then going towards the journey. I mean, he or she is this person who's going to be more knowledgeable about their journey, and then he can, at the end of the day, after completing the journey, can become a brand owner. That's it. So it depends. So this topic is very industry focused, and there can be a lot of debatable topics on this. But then, yeah, that's it, what I have to say. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing because we had so many different perspectives come into play, and I mean that's the spirit of this discussion, to hear every point in the spear that we have across. So thank you for that, guys. Moving on to the second question, and I think this will be very relevant to our audience members who are up and coming creators, who are going to work in the field, and also some of the business leaders. A lot of people make good content. Very few can turn good content into good business. When you evaluate a creator or expert or an agency partner who understands, right? How do you, or what are the signals that tell you this person understands brand and business and not just content? Just deep diving into this question, when we hire creators, when we hire agencies, and this is a little bit of a selfish question for me, but there are certain parameters that we have to evaluate, right? As business leaders, when you guys take that call, what are certain things that you kind of ensure, or have at the back of your mind, that this is what I believe will kind of set the benchmark or help me get the results or the ROI I want? I would like to have Shweta start this, as she's one of our founders here. If you can just start giving your perspective, and then people can follow.
Okay, thanks, Alok. That is a great question. So, how to choose a content partner for yourself? It's very much alike. How do you choose a life partner for yourself? It all boils down to the same thing. How you align your values, how, deep inside can the person look through you, not just at the surface level. So content is essentially, the aesthetics, the captions, the reels, but branding goes much deeper. So, the questions like, why does this product exist? What is the philosophy behind it? After seeing the content, what do you want the audience to feel? Or, what kind of a problem are you solving? That is very important. Somebody who deep dives into your brand, that can be the best content partner. Also somebody who, analyzes your brand just in one line. Something like, for Amul, it can be utterly, butterly delicious. You feel something instantly with that. Or something like Asian Paints ka har ghar kuch kehta hai. So, unless and until the brand is boiled down to one single line and that message is carried forward into all pieces of your content, that would be the right content partner for you. Thank you.
So I'm going to answer this question more from a long form perspective, which is when I'm looking for partners working with us on projects, which means we're going to be, in a sense, married to them for the next 2 or 3 years. And also, basically, I really believe that the future belongs to narrative thinkers who are able to also understand business. So if I'm that part of the business which is doing the commercial activity, I need the partner to understand that there is a bridge that needs to be, there is a gap there which needs to be bridged between creative, like a creative integrity that they are holding and a business strategy that the business aspect holds. So to a large extent, I'm first looking for that recognition, for them to understand that they need to be agile. And it could be also reverse, which is that if I'm a creative and I'm dealing with a business owner, I need to understand that there's somebody funding this project, and I need to respect their perspective on it. The way I sense the person has it is if I can see agility. I need them to be able to pivot easily without creating sort of walls, excuse me. Where we're not able to move forward. So the idea is to move forward and to know that exact balance between where you hold your ground, because you know that that ground is only going to be beneficial for the brand, and where you give in. So that is really, agility is the main thing.
I honestly believe as a brand owner, you're not only looking for a content supplier, but a creative brand partner. That's where I will see if the person is asking me the right questions for a brand value, for the brand proposition, the consistency of the brand, because brand is not built in one day. It's what I feel. It's the consistency, clarity, and community which takes you ahead. So I feel I will look for a person who is more trying to solve the problem, trying to answer the question, the problem, giving the solution to the problem through their business, and not just asking for viral reels.
For me, I would firstly look at a partner who is very, has a positive approach. Because first thing is positivity is a main thing to create any content. Second, I would look at lots and lots of creativity and have lots of stories coming up on a regular basis. And third would be consistency. I feel that every day we need to keep posting content. That way we can build our brand and make it bigger from zero to hero. That would be my 3 main pointers to hunt for a brand.
I personally feel that, when you're looking for agencies or creators or creative brand partners, everybody has their own tone of voice, especially influencers. And if their content style or tone of voice cannot adapt to the brand that's approaching them, it will always feel like a paid ad which Meta asks you to do. Like now influencers have to say that this is a paid partnership. It will always remain a paid partnership unless your tone of voice and style can match the brand's tone of voice and style. I think the last time very successfully that I saw that happening was when TVF did Permanent Roommates, and I still remember they partnered with Ola and they blended it seamlessly. Like, because one of the characters used to drive the cab and they said that, I'm an Ola driver. And similarly, Kota Factory did this with Unacademy because they showed Jeetu Bhaiya as also an Unacademy tutor. So that for me is integration where TVF as the creative agency partner or the storytelling partner is understanding the brand's ethos. But if it's an influencer who's just doing his or her skit and then at the end adding a product, that's not really doing anything for the brand or the product. So yeah.
I think it's pure research. A content creator really understands the communication of the, the customer base. He or she is the right person to understand the dynamics of the brand audience. All right. So I think it's pure research, and choosing a right content creator it's all trial and experiment. You have to do multiple rounds of experiments, and then you need to finalize which content creator can be the best one. That's it.
Yeah, I think I'll just add on my 2 cents from a content creator's lens, since all of them added it from the brand, agency, or founder lens as well. I think having worked with close to about 300 different brands across Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and doing different campaigns, whether it was UGC, whether it was ads or influencer marketing campaigns, I think one thing that I've seen that brands look for when they are looking to partner with the right influencers or creators and partners is also the fact that how apt is the person's consistent brand that they've built over the past few years. For example, instance, it's not like I only talk about edtech or fintech or finance brands, which is majorly actually the brands I should be working with. Having said that, just being a woman, I do dress up. I do use beauty products. I do, purchase several other things which I can endorse for or talk about. For example, just a very random example, but I can talk about, like a handbag brand, right? Because I do use purses, handbags, slings, etc. on my page. But being a career coach and an educator, how can I integrate and place it, just like Shubhangi said, in my natural tone of voice, very authentically, and maintain the consistency and still be the person I've been, building my personal brand around for the past 5 years when I'm talking about that particular instance, right? I think just about 4 days ago on Children's Day on 14 November, Blinkit did this challenge video with the creator Casey, where there were 276 Hot Wheel cars that he had to place on a bus stop in Bangalore in 14 minutes, under 14 minutes. It was like a typical challenge video on ground, seeing real reactions, capturing it in a walk-spock style, etc. Why it worked really well was nostalgia, the Hot Wheel cars, now they can come to you under 10 minutes. It hit really well. Plus doing it with Casey because he does challenge videos. So at the end of the day, it's also about the right product, right creator, right timing, and the right emotion and intent. So I think they do look for an entirety of a lot of things, but ultimately it has to resonate with what the creator has been standing for the past 5 years, because it needs to consistently add up. Yeah.
Again, varied perspectives, and I think, again, the beauty of this panel is that we get that from every angle. So, great, lovely. And I hope my business partner Vidut is taking some notes. But yeah, that's amazing. Now the next question I have, it's a little bit of an exploratory one. What is one myth about the creator economy that you wish that more young marketers would stop believing? And let's start with Pooja.
I feel there was a trend pehle where people used to feel more followers is equal to more sales. I think that's one of the myth which needs to get vanished. Because a brand is not built on the followers, it's built on the content, what you're creating consistently with your community, with the clarity which you have for the brand. It's about solving the problem of the brand and not just following the spikes of the reels, I feel. So that one myth, but I feel now the young marketers are smart, they are looking forward not only for the spikes, but are looking forward for the brand building thing.
Yeah, I feel that if you would like to start something new, what you need to do is that just keep trying. You can always start from 0 and you can get to 10 million followers. My only thing would be that just be consistent on that particular subject you're focusing on and keep trying every day new things. And I'm sure that myth which we all have that we'll never grow big, it'll fade away. So this is my point of view.
I think a lot of students are sitting here. So I think one myth about the creator economy is that creator economy is equal to creators or influencers, which is wrong. See, it's an economy. It's like saying everybody in Bollywood is an actor. No. There are spotdadas, there is a director, there is a DA, there is a colorist, there is an editor. So for creator economy, only some of us, or I'm not even a part of it, only some will be the creator. But the others can be script writers, editors, people who are pushing the economy forward. So we should not be chasing that, okay, I need to have a camera and put something out and get views and get millions of followers. You can support the creator economy, and because the economy is booming, you will also boom. So I think stop chasing being the only influencer in the creator ecosystem and embrace all roles, because it's a myth that creator ecosystem or economy is equal to creators only.
I think like one of the methods like this, I mean, like people, exactly what she said, it's people don't understand the difference between influencer marketing and a content creator, what content, where they're creating it. It can be a blog, it can be a website, etc., etc. And also this is a very organic process. So most of the marketers, they want fast results and they want a very ROI based approach, yes. So the myth is, first of all, the myth is this industry is very commercialized. It's all about influencer marketing, XYZ. So the myth is it's not that. It's every approach, whether it's organic or it's not organic, has to be appreciated, and everybody is working towards building the brand. So this myth of influencer marketing is equivalent to content creators, and it's very commercialized, so we don't want to start this company of an influencer marketing company because it's already saturated. This needs to be not there because it's something very huge. You need to see towards the quantum growth that, you know, you're getting in towards the market, the economy, about the content creator world, and about the influencer marketing is just a part of content creator world. And yes, so this myth is it's really not good. And if you want to grow ahead, if you want to grow your brand, anything, it can be any XYZ brand, you need to cut down on this myth. That's it.
For me, I think the greatest myth is the incorrect understanding of the word consistency. Consistency is not referring to frequency. It's referring to showing up in a coherent fashion on a regular basis, showing up with a similar tone, value, and voice, basically. So most of the content creators you see doing well today are not necessarily flooding your timelines. That can actually get very annoying. They have an unmistakable voice, they have an unmistakable message, and they have a very recognizable energy. So that, I think, the definition of consistency needs to be refined in people's minds.
Okay, for me, I agree with all the panelists and we're saying the same thing. What I get requests from my client is, isko viral kaise karenge? You know, so virality matters for anybody who is out of the industry. But that is the biggest myth. Virality actually happens by accident. I mean, you cannot plan, kitna bhi plan kar lo, ye viral hoga, you know, you will go with your instinct, but that is not going to happen, and you would be really surprised at to what would go viral versus what won't. So just be instinctive, and you know, the consistency, what Payal also said, that consistency, not frequency, that would matter, that would create a steady growth and not virality. Yeah, that is the myth I would like to burst.
Sure. So I think one myth that I'd like to bust, you know, which could help, I would say, marketing leaders or CMOs trying to run campaigns, is that LinkedIn is not a platform that you cannot utilize to run campaigns, especially for B2B brands. I think it's a great, great platform. And I'm not just saying it because it's my, you know, primary channel, etc. But I mean, I've also done some great work for other brands and run campaigns for them to understand that there's a very, very premium, wise, highly educated, high purchasing power and capacity audience sitting there, right? Because these are folks working at corporates, founders, agency owners, and they have a mind of their own and a decision-making capacity. Without trying to demean an audience on any other platform, I'm on all platforms, but you don't have people randomly scrolling, and they are not people who have to go and seek permission from parents to purchase anything, so to say. Plain blank, point blank, right? These are people who make their own money, earn their own salaries, they are decision makers. So you actually should be running campaigns on LinkedIn, and the ROI is pretty good, but you have to, again, place your product the right way, choose the right influencers, run the right campaign, have your budgets in place, but that's a myth I'd like to bust, yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for your perspectives. In the interest of time, I've requested for one last question to be included. And I'm going to make it a little challenging for my panelists here. I want you all to answer this in a one-liner statement. And it's going to be a tough one because it's an interesting question. But let's see, how can we do? And this is to sum up our lovely conversation here today. There's also a risk side to being visible. Public criticism, algorithm pressure, cancellations. For someone trying to be both a creator and a marketing professionals, how should they protect their reputation and mental bandwidth? I will again start from the head here. And guys, please feel free to chip in your 2 cents.
Sure. I think that's a wonderful question to end this discussion with. If I have to sum it up in one line, the only way to safeguard your mental bandwidth, sanity, and your overall well-being in this ecosystem and creator space is A, to understand what is noise and what is constructive feedback. You have to, because if you don't, it's a rabbit hole and it can just you'll spiral down and just keep going into that negative loop. You have to filter out what is noise, what is constructive feedback. That's the only way to move forward and have a sustainable career as a creator.
Okay. So, visibility, how does it matter? It is very powerful, but it can also be exhausting. You want to always outdo your own content. You want to compete with everybody. So I would say in this situation, just be self-obsessed. Make your signature style, keep at it, follow one tonality with your audience, and that is what is going to work the best. Don't create like every single day people are posting. That creates a lot of exhaustion. So I would say sit over the piece of content, sleep overnight, improvise it next day and put your best foot forward. So quality would always work over quantity.
Pace your output strategically, know when to disappear, appear consistently, not constantly, and plan your breaks. Make them a part of your strategy.
I feel visibility is great. Everybody loves attention. But setting boundaries is important. What I feel is scheduling your post or making a content bank beforehand and then scheduling it or batching your content is something I feel.
I think for visibility, we need to first focus on creating new content every day and trying different new things. Second is that always focus on which audience you want to target. It can be any kind of audience. And the third would be that don't make your content very monotonous. Make it a little different every day. Yeah.
I would like to, say the advice and then also give an example which is going to make me look bad, but okay. My suggestion would be that have a sense of humor and learn to laugh the little things out. Otherwise, it's going to get very tough. Like Dheere said that, constructive criticism बहुत कम होता है. Mostly it's noise. And the other day I was giving an online lecture at one of the universities on culture, and it was such a serious topic. We are discussing how culture is misappropriated, and some student unmuted themselves and they said ki ma'am, can I ask a question? I'm like yes, and then he didn't say anything. I continued with my lecture and then he said ma'am मैं question पूछ सकता हूँ? I'm like yes, bolo. And he's like, and this is going to make me look very bad, but okay. He said, ma'am, billo bagge bilyanta ki karegi? And that was just the question. And then he muted himself and then went away, and it broke the flow. And for a moment, as somebody who was creating content in a way in that lecture, I was very thrown off. But then we just laughed about it. We were in the class and we just laughed about it, and we knew it did not need to be taken seriously. So yeah, just like have a sense of humor. There's going to be a lot of noise, but laugh it out. So yeah.
Okay. So if, like, coming back to your question, the damage control that you can do. I think it's that one, kick-ass strategy that would control your entire damage that, the campaign has done. If you want to, repair the damage that you've already done. I think it's that one kick-ass strategy which is very, very essential for your brand. And suppose the campaign did not go well, it can change the entire ball game of the campaign. So it's like you need to be prepared about the damage control that you need to do, because it can go wrong, because this is a very creative approach. This industry is very creative. That's it. That one damage control strategy. And if you are the owner of the brand, then of course, I mean, you would be the best person to do that. That's it.
I think that's all for today, guys. Please give a huge round of applause to my lovely panelists. And also a huge round of applause for Mr. Alok Pandit and Zahid for putting this together. Really grateful for them. Thank you all.
Thanks, Alok. Thanks for moderating the panel.
All right, before all of you go away, we have a small token of appreciation that we'd like to present to all our panelists. So can we have them on stage, please, quickly? Let's be quick.